guys, Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. Today we're gonna play on a long arm, but I'm gonna load it. And if you hear pitter patter, that's my cat running back and forth. He's hyper, like any other kitty. They get hyper for no reason. Anyways, today's Sunday, Sunday. I didn't know what to do, and then last minute I decided I'm gonna play on the long arm with some little projects, and I'm gonna load it while we're here. But right now, I cannot see who's here because this other device has not loaded, like at all, and it's frustrating. Oh, wait. It might be working. Do you hear that? That was the cat again. Anyway, okay, now I can start to see where we are. Okay, we got Katrina here. Nancy's here, Carissa is here, Shirley is here, Jim is here, Angela, Darlene, Paula, June, Joe, Donna, Kim, Carissa, I think I said that already, Joyce is here, Heather is here, Beverly is here, Brenda is here, Mary is here, Vicky, Judy. Hello everybody, welcome. Hopefully the sound is good and the picture quality is great. That's a hopefully, a big hopefully. I don't know how well it's gonna work the whole time. But I did get a new device, as you guys could tell. On a new device, I actually am able to see out here. And I could tell that the lights might be in the camera, but as long as you guys can see what I'm doing, that's all that matters. All right. Hi, Tom. Storming really bad for Katrina. May lose power. Lights blinking. Oh no, that sucks. Mila's here. And Paula says yes and yes. Good. I'm glad that you guys can hear me and see me well. Awesome. Hi, BJ. All right, so I'm gonna load. I've showed you guys how to take the red snappers off yet, and I haven't actually showed you using them to attach a quilt. So that's what we're gonna do, is I'm gonna load a quilt, and then I'm gonna pull the camera out of that cat. Wow, I'm telling you. I'm gonna pull the camera out of that device, out of that holder, and put it in this holder, and then you guys can just watch me quilt, because I chose a pink thread on different colored fabric. It's like just different color. You'll see when I get to it, okay? Hi, Patty. Hi, Nita. Your long arm makes you look tiny. That's funny. Hi, June. All right, so here is my quilt back. Oh, he hit the camera tripod. So here's my quilt backing. I have 2 yards here, which will take care of 2 baby quilts. They're little, they're not very big. So I'm just going to throw it back over that way. Let it hang for a second while I bring this up here. And I'm just like burritoing it on the front bar. I'm going to find my center, which it's marked because technically it was folded on the bolt. And I'm going to grab one of my long things, and it goes from one side to the other, and I'm just going to snap it on here. Keeping everything flat and straight. And I'm kind of using the bar as my, as like a holder to push down with. It's a little frustrating at first because these things are still really super tight. Like, all right, I think it's snapped all the way now. Alright, everything's still super flat, and I would know if I was getting it off because you could see the wrinkles if it was going crooked. So you want to keep it nice and straight. I'm going to drop it. And I'm also going to remove this because I forgot to when I started. I don't use the top rail for loading quilts. So now I'm just going to roll it towards me, and I can see that it's staying flat. And it's going to stay super flat anyway because I actually have the selvage running in length of this. Because like I said, my quilts aren't very big. And I'm going to pay attention to the back. And what I'm going to do is now pull the back rail up and over. And I can't see comments right away, so I'll go back to where I was. Let me just put it back to where I was. About right there. It's just me today, by the way, everybody. So now I'm going to roll this. Come on. Keep going. Want it to land right here. I want this, I want the red snapper rail to be right at the top. It doesn't like to stay at the top though once I get it there. Because I need something to push against. Right there. I just need something to push against. So now I'm going to put the quilt top back up there on that rail, lining it up, making sure everything's staying nice and flat. And I'm going to leave it just about right there, or not. Like that. Stay. So I'm going to grab another super long one, which I have back here. I want everything to stay flat. And again, I'm going to use the bar to grasp and snap. Let it go, and roll it up. And if you notice, there's a little sag on this side. That's probably because it didn't grasp as much fabric. I just need to kind of roll them back and forth until it's nice and tight. Just like that. And my backing is already loaded. That was quick, right? All right, where were we? Hi, Shelly. Let's see. Hi, here for the fun. Elaine, hello. Half the front room red washed 2 days because of my back and legs. Sorry, Vicky. Angela, how long is your frame? It's 12-foot frame. This is a 12-foot frame. This is a King Quilter Elite Special Edition on, and it's an 18-inch machine, for anybody that's curious. Hi, Billy. He's reading right now in the other room. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Donna. What? Hi, Joanne. Good evening, Longarm Quilt. I'm interested in seeing how you use the red things. Well, that's how the red snappers are put on. And only because he's throwing a fit. Say hello, Thumper. You get your camera time? Just because you're being a butt? You want to go play? Okay. Go play. Alright, so now I'm going to grab a quilt top and some batting. And I'm using super ultra loft batting. I'm just going to lay it on there. Just like that. Now it's covered in thread. And I just cleaned my long arm area. So for those that are curious about cleaning your long arm in the long arm area, there is a video in my playlist of videos, or in my videos, about how to clean your long arm frame and your wheels and track and so on and so forth. So here's the little quilt top. It's only like 34 by 36 or something like that. It's not very big. Just a small little thing. Actually, Becca made this, and there's two of them. They're exactly the same. They're twins. She made them, and she sends me scraps here and there. So this was in the scraps, so I'm just going to use it to play on. So now I'm going to center my project on here. Just like that. Pull it down just a smidge. And then I'm going to bring you guys close so that I can baste and all that stuff. They're saying hi to you, Thumper. Hi, Brenda. All right, so let's come up close, and then when I start quilting, we'll change out to a different mount. There we go. Right there. All right. So I have pink thread in here. I also am going to put my side clamps on as soon as I move the machine over. I probably should put a different foot on here, but I'm not going to because I haven't decided whether I wanted to or not wanted to use rulers yet. All right, so I'm going to grab my side clamps and attach. And then I'm going to go over to the end and tighten them. But not too tight, and just giving it a little bit of a tug, not too much, because it is a bungee. The last quilt I had on here was small as well, so it took up the same amount of space. All right, now that's on there nice and tight. I'm going to change the screen to baste. I'm also going to change it to 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to pop my needle down, keeping this nice and straight. I'm going to drop my needle down right here, and I'm using super ultra loft batting, so just know that it's a lot thicker than most people's quilts. So I'm just going to carefully baste across the top, and I kind of push the quilt and the batting out of my way as I'm going. I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to straighten everything out, give it a little tug, and then baste down the side. And go back across the top. Turn it off. Keep everything nice and straight still, and come down this side. That way everything's nicely held down. And I could have added more to these little quilts from Becca, but I didn't. I just left them as they were. All right, so let me check the comments. I'm gonna have to like bring the screen in a different spot. Sorry guys. Long arming and comments don't go at the same exact time. Not very well, at least. All right. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Mary. Hi, Stephanie. Visiting NNH and haven't asked my daughter. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Marla. Thank you. Hi, Linda. All right, let's put this right here instead, and you guys can just watch yourselves. All right. I have no idea what to quilt on here, but I'm kind of thinking spirals. So what I'm going to do is you guys are going to move around for a moment. It shouldn't be too long of a moment, but it's going to wiggle and shake so that I can attach you to the other mount. So 2 seconds. I'm going to try to be as smooth as I can. I'll put you guys right here. Hold on, it takes 2 seconds to slide this. Come on. There we go, right there. All right, put that there. And tighten you down. So hopefully it should be really smooth. Hi, Penny. Yes, it definitely will because it's also fluffy. All right, so let's do, I don't think I want to do rulers, so let's think. What do I want to do? Spirals? What do you guys think? Or, my goodness, welcome everyone joining. Thank you, Teresa, for welcoming everybody. I think I'll just do, come on, brain, think. We'll do spirals. Clouds? Ooh, that's a good idea. I don't do clouds very well, but I do know how to make it kind of look like a watery sky, I guess is the word for it. Flowers. You guys, hi, Teresa. I'm thinking. It's just, literally this is only going to take 2 passes, so almost 2 passes. I'll just go with, how about I just do whatever? I'm just doing squiggly lines, and I can see right now that the camera is vibrating a lot. Let me adjust it just a little. All right. 2 seconds. All right. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. That's not going to work, right? There. Sorry about that sound. I'm not sure how much it's going to vibrate if I keep going. Still probably vibrating, huh? It's hard to quilt and watch the camera for vibrations. Okay, here we go. You guys see what I'm doing here? Sorry, my handle jumped over. I want it to stay. That's big. It's wide, but it's not too big. It's gonna fill the whole thing. I'm just scrolling and seeing if I'm missing anything. One pass done, and that was very simple to do. And now I'm gonna mostly advance it because it's gonna not equal itself out or balance itself out. So you guys can see all I did was just make squiggly lines like running water. Just trying to do something different and fun and simple. That way it's done pretty quick. So I'm going to kind of just do like a most way because it's not going to line up like I said. Okay. Where was I? Oh, I was basting. Duh. I was going to look at the comments in 2 seconds. Come right there, stop it, change it back to precision mode, which keeps me having consistent stitching. All right, so where was I? My better couch, thanks for that. I like the quilting. You really need to use more of a contrasting thread. This is as contrasting as it gets for this. If I would have used a pink, it would have hidden the pink. A blue would have hidden the blue. I couldn't think of, I just decided to do a pink because it reads white, honestly. Looks like waves on a beach. Yes, looking good for quilting. Love your nails. Thank you. I love the thread of the quilts. Sing be the focus. Hi, Kimberly. I like the thread. It looks okay. Beautiful. Looks good. Thought I had my sound up. I was doing a breathing treatment, so now I can hear you loud and clear. That's funny. Gymnastics finals. Watching boxing for Kimberly. Jill is here. Thank you for the thumbs up reminder, Kim. Everyone's saying hello. All right. I think that's good. Okay. All right. So now I'm just going to continue and I'm going to fill in within my throat space. So like,
exact to what I'm doing. I'm just kind of technically meandering. Within throat space. It's not even perfect points. They're either rounded or pointed. Just filling in the space. So now to advance it and finish the last of the quilt, because like I said, this is a very small quilt, so one more advance. You guys can see Kimberly had to take a break from quilting because it's hard on her hands, and from sewing because legs and ankles started swelling so much. Looking for a table that works better for me. Oh yeah, that would be a good thing to have, is a table that works for what you're doing. All right, so I'm gonna put the last of the quilt up in the throat space. I'm also going to baste first, and since it's really thick batting, I have to hold it down a certain way while I baste. That way it bastes nicely, is what I say. So I'm going to come over here and baste this side first, and then the other side, and then I'll come across the bottom. That way it stays nice and square. So I'm leaving it nice and square. I'm going to come a little bit across the bottom by pulling a little bit. That way some of it stays where I want it. Alright, now I'm going to come to the other side. I'm just going to snip that now. And I'm going to be tightening as I go so that everything stays nice and straight. Especially when you use polyester, fluffy polyester batting. You definitely want to keep everything as square as possible because it is puffy. So it gets kind of bulky almost, and oops, you can see it tries to like run away from me. And I don't want no kinks or folds. Put my needle down up here, put it back in precision mode. I'm going to snip away the excess batting real quick so that it's not so puffy passing when I come off the end of the quilt. Hi, Heather. All right, here we go. So now I'm just going to continue and then fill right up to my empty spots. Oops, and I just realized some of my empty spots are a little high. Lower that just a little right there. That way it stays super nice. I tend to do that with the really fluffy batting. If I'm just using a cotton batting or a cotton poly blend, like an 80-20, I don't double stitch. But when I use this super lofty, you guys could see how thick it is. Like when I use the super lofty batting, I double stitch in case like it puckers or something. It annoys me when threads are popping through. Hi, Emily. Out of bobbin. Did you guys hear that? When it runs out of bobbin, it was like kind of stuck. There was still a little bit left and it tried to snag it. And since this is So Sunday and you learned something, bobbin, casing, bobbin. My bobbin always comes out to my right hand. I stick it in, I line it up into that thing, and now that I have such clear video, you could see this so much better, and that goes right up into there. And then to test it, to make sure that the tension is good, I lay it in my hand, and if it lifts up in my hand, that's a good bobbin. So that's all I do. And then I snap it in, and 90% of the time, it's already good. So I'm gonna just drop my bobbin, or pull up my bobbin about right here where that top thread came out, and then just re-tie it off. Oops, wrong button. Okay, so I'm gonna go up, come out, I'm gonna snip that away real quick. Quilt number 1 done. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just let the camera roll across the quilt so that you can see it, because I'm just gonna add the next one right onto it. Onto my backing, I should say. So there's what I did. So super simple, easy to do. All right, now I'm going to advance the quilt, and that one's going to be hidden while we work on the second one real quick and make it fast. Simple things you can do on big quilts. So I'm going to load it about right there. We're going to leave this up and out of the way for a second. I'm going to grab quilt number 2. It's the exact same thing. So I'm just going to put the batting and the quilt. It's the exact same thing no matter which way I lay it. Right there, keeping it nice and straight. I'm going to come down here. We're going to put it in baste. I'm going to baste across the top. And while I'm doing this, you guys can think of something I can do on this one. I have a feeling that both these sections were attached at one point in time, because they both have a stitch line across them. I wonder what Becca was trying to make. All right, so I stitched down that. Now I'm going to stitch down the side. I'm gonna stop it right here real quick. And then, so you can see how there's a lip? Sometimes with the puffy batting, I can just go along the edge of it more and hold it down better so that I don't quilt it accidentally and then pop it back up. But most of the time I just double stitch because the batting is thick. Okay, so now I'm gonna come down this side. And then I'll take a comment reading break. I'll leave that right there. All right, I'm gonna read some comments real quick. I don't even know where I was. Okay, I remember Heather saying that it was windy in Queensland. Okay, I answered that one. All right, so that's where I was. Wasted. All right, hi Judy. Hi Doris. Emily, I said hi, I think, because I was kind of looking at the screen, but not. Pull your resin on your sewing machine. Joe says, I like the wavy pattern, looks good. I do too. I did in the beginning, if you rewatch this video, I show how they go on. And then I made a video on how to hook them to the long arm as well. But in most of my videos, I show how to take them off, but I already put them on and I don't have anything else to load after this because once I'm done with these two little quilts, I'm going to be done for the rest of the night. Heather says, super successfully prepared and nothing burned. Kim's thinking big stitch. Joe says flowers. Linda says bubbles. I don't really, Linda, how to do bubbles yet. Like, I know how to do circles, but I don't know how to attach circles without a lot of back stitching. And I'm trying to make this fast and easy. Remember, I'm not like super talented yet. I just do like simple stuff. Maybe simple swirls, but not too close together. How about a square spiral, if that makes sense? What are you quilting? Coming in late, Kimberly. I'm quilting 2 little baby quilts. Auntie Ann says, okay, got around to see you on the flip side. Thank you so much for the live. Love the quilts. Thank you, Auntie Ann. We'll see you. Peanut butter with homemade peach jam. I'll be in big trouble if I burn that. Oh, yeah, don't burn that. Dreams have a long arm quilting. So hard on my hands. Long arm makes it so much easier. Meander with an easy design. Teresa says I'm extremely talented. I got some talent in this. Lots of practice. Let's do, I'm thinking here. I'm thinking. Let's do roses. Roses? You guys want me to do some? They're not like roses. They're like a spiral and it's got that wave like this one, except it waves in a circle. So that with a leaf. What do you guys think? So a little rose with a leaf. It's the second most, like I just did that really easy one. Let's do another easy one. Rose with a leaf. So here we go. So I'm gonna do a circle, come in with a circle, and then circle around it by wiggling my machine. Same as I did on the last one with the wiggling, and then I come to a start point. We'll do a double loop. There we go. And then exit out the circle. And just spin around it. Come to a point where you want to like put your leaves in. Do one leaf. second leaf, and then exit. And I'm also going to fill in the area. So all I'm doing is wiggling around, coming to a point, putting one leaf and a second leaf. Why does my device keep saying rotate device? I have no idea what's happening here. Oh well. It's probably, hopefully it's not messing up on your guys' edge or end. That's all I worry about. All right, so since I have to fill in right here a little bit, I'm just going to spirally right there and then do another rose. And I don't always have to stop them in the same spot, so I can stop right here and then come out. That way they're not always stopped in the same spot. So this is something that's very simple and easy to accomplish. So as soon as I leave that one little circle, that's when I start going around it. So say I want my leaves right here. And then I would continue off. Trying to fill in all the areas that I possibly can. So I make a circle, and as soon as I exit that circle, I start wiggling around it. And then I add 2 leaves after finding a place to stop. And as I make my way around, do a circle, exit that circle by wiggling. Do you guys get where I'm going here, how I'm doing that? Makes it so easy. So I just loop-de-loops to fill the area in. Find a place I want to circle. Come through that circle and then start wiggling. Until I find a place to stop and throw in 2 leaves. And if I want, so that I could fill this little section in here, all I can do is just swirl out, and then I could put another little rose up there. And this is the simplest way to do them. You can cover a whole entire quilt super fast with this. So circle, come out of that circle, and just start wiggling. And I want to I don't know why I have so much puffy, so you could tell with my puff. circle, start wiggling. And it doesn't matter how tight or loose your wiggles are, as long as you're wiggling. And then I stopped wherever I feel like stopping. Throw in a leaf. Throw in a second leaf. And then I could just exit and be done with that. So those are very, very easy to do. And you can fill a whole entire quilt super fast doing this. And this can also be done on a domestic machine. You just, the same thing, you would move your fabric, make your loop-de-loops, and then do your one circle, come out of that circle, and start wiggling all the way around. So you can do it on a big quilt too. So let me advance this because I need to go to where I can at least fill this section in because I didn't go as far as my throat space. So I'll go about right here. It doesn't do the whole quilt yet. So I'll have one more pass, but these are just little half passes so I can have a little bit extra quilting. All right, so I'm going to baste the sides real quick. And I always, well, I can't say always, but I don't know, like 75% of the time, I usually quilt from left to right. It's rare that I would start from the right-hand side and quilt. So this is my left side here, so that's why I always do this one second. There are times that I get myself out of whack, though. My brain just has a brain fart while I'm quilting. It says, "What are you doing?" I'm going to fill in right there. So let's change it to precision again. And I'm just going to put a little loop right there. That leaf kind of got a little wonky. So make a circle, start wiggling. It doesn't matter how big your center little loop is that you start wiggling from. It doesn't matter how big that is, as long as it's pretty much symmetry to the other ones. They all stay about the same. And my leaves are pretty much all the same as well. Wiggling out. Finding a place to stop. Make my circle and start wiggling. And And you can tightly wiggle, like a lot of wiggles, or you can just do a few wiggles. And if you haven't most of the time leaves, I'm kind of stop my swirl line from doing my swirly gigs comes in because it gives me a great point to know where I'm going to stop, but you don't always have to. You can stop wherever you want. And start your loop-de-loop swirly gigs. Again, if I wanted to stop right here, I could put my leaves right here. And you can even doll up your leaves by making them even more like curved if you wanted. I'm not really going to bother with that because it's just a little baby quilt. So if I wanted to stop right here, end it, and I'm just going to leave my needle down right here and advance, and I'm going to advance it to where I can get the last of the quilt. Alright, so I'm going to switch to baste, and I'm going to baste the rest of the way down and a little bit over. And then as soon as I'm finished, we can take this off and look at the two of them, and you guys can decide on how simple this really was. Because it really was very easy. Oops. So you can see that batting kind of makes it want to shift. So that's why I go over twice. I'm going to go up, end this side, and then go to the other side and baste all the way across the bottom the rest of the way now. I kind of did a little bit of the bottom basting right here because what it does is it just keeps me from stretching this open or popping this open as I'm pulling the rest of them from the stitching. And I'll read comments as soon as I'm done basting and then right before I start stitching, okay? That way I can take a second to read all the comments. And yes, my fingers are super close, but it's like a brain thing. You know to move your fingers. So now I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of a tug because, again, I have super duper thick batting, and I'm just holding it down on the machine. Sometimes I give it a little push. These are going to be super little lofty baby quilts. Play on the floor or whatever babies use baby quilts for. Because most people, well, I didn't when my kids were little because I'm in Arizona, but most people don't even cover their children with blankets in their cribs. Supposedly it's a hazard anyway. My kids would kick them off and they'd be blanketless anyway when they were getting bigger. All right, let me read some comments. All right, where was I? probably missed a lot. Okay, I saw something about peach something. If you guys have a question, throw it in now, because that way I can see it when I get to the bottom. Oh, let's see, I really like this. You're lucky you need some jam. Hi, Bernie. Just simple for you. I usually stock up on jams from the preserves in Amish country. Oh, that sounds good, actually. It's like a cabbage rose, yes. I'll even give up some good fabric for some sugar-free strawberry jam. Amish anything is awesome. I was going to say simple because she has mad skills. This is the first time I've canned jam. Strawberry freezer is good. I don't do sugar-free, but it did low sugar instead. Kimberly says, Tiffany, how do you charge for custom quilting? Can you give an estimate based on size and pictures, or do you have to wait and see what it takes? You just tell me a size and I can tell you what it's going to cost, and then obviously people that ship into me need to pay their shipping. That's the only extra cost. And then obviously if you want batting, but most people send me their own batting. But if you say wanted, like, message me and say, hey, I have a 90 by 90 quilt, how much? And I'll be able to tell you. I can't tell you right now because I don't have the math skills to do that offhand, but you get the picture. That's going to be somewhere around $200 and something. Good leaves. And everything I do is by hand, no computer. Just for anybody that wants to know. I don't have a long arm though. I just quilt on my home machine. I think I saw that when I was quilting. Do your hands get fatigued doing that? Mine did when I used to sit down and free motion quilt. I can't even barely free motion quilt sitting down anymore. It actually annoys me. I like the roses and leaves. Looks beautiful. It's a gorgeous design. Use left hand and shoulder get tired. I need to relax and get up and down. I like how big the roses are. They take up a lot more room and make it go faster. Exactly. Hi, Kathy. Definitely going to this pattern now. I just all tiny and taking forever. I'm scrolling through you guys talking to each other. I have a baby girl quilt on a long arm now, just putting 9 patch. This design would be cute for it if I so badly didn't want to do paisleys and flowers. Yeah, this is simple and easy and quick. You do these roses and paisleys in between. How do you do pricing for custom quilting? Custom quilting is it's 0.02.5. 0.025. 0.025. Yeah, that's how much I charge. Anywhere from 0.025 to up to 15 cents. Like if you want something that's for a show, and like my Dresden on the wall, you know, the wall hanging you guys saw in the beginning, something like that, that would probably cost around 8 cents a square inch, and anything more detailed than that would go up to about 15. Nobody ever really, I mean, I have a couple show quilts, but they're usually light quilting, so technically they don't really cost that much. At the most 4 cents a square inch for show quilts. But just traditional edge to edge, it's 0.025. I changed it at the beginning of this year, by the way, for anybody that was curious. That's what I want. No computer. I'm going to make Holly hobby quilt for my sister. Too much learning to have a computer and do it all over. Yeah. All right. Hi, Suburban. Hi, Gia. All right. So I'm going to get back to this. So I'm just going to finish up now because this is the last of the quilt. And the rest of it's all basted. Snip this little thread is going to irritate me. All right, here we go. So again, and just loop the loop, loop the loop, do a loop, come to the end and start wiggling. Again, it doesn't matter how big it is in the middle, and it can be olive shaped. It doesn't have to be a super small circle. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. Just as long as as soon as you leave it, start wiggling all the way around. So I'm throwing 2 leaves. And And now I'm going to come out of it. Throw one in right here. As soon as I come out, start wiggling. And again, you can put your leaves anywhere you want. So I came to this line right here and I stopped on that line, throwing in a leaf, throwing in a leaf. So I can either come out this way if I wanted, or I can come out the top right here. And fill it in. Put another little one right here. So that leaf was kind of funny looking, but they don't always have to be perfect. Start wiggling. Trying to go slow. I just did my circle and start wiggling. And again, if I want to fill this right here in, and then just use the edge of the quilt to get out. Start wiggling. I always, it seems to be natural to just stop at the point of start. Gonna be a big one. Stop about right here. Fill in the area with a leaf. Fill in the area with the leaves because I wanted to fill in this little puffy area. Come and fill this area. And out a bobbin pretty much at the end. So let me just change out the bobbin real quick and then finish it off. And I took out 3 bobbins. Pretty sure I needed 3, and I needed 3. That worked out perfect. All right, so I'm just gonna find a little bit ahead of where I ended. That way I can tack down those original stitches that ran away. And I just kind of go over them. It's about right there. So that way it's all tacked down. And here we go. So we're gonna put the camera back on the other mount so that I can take these off of the frame and cut them apart so that you can see them individually. So let me set up the other mount real quick. We're going to take you out of here. I'm going to very carefully put you over here. Just like that. Move this to the side. Hopefully it stays. It likes to go scroll. No, it can't go scroll. All right, so I'm gonna pop the ends so that they're both loose. And you can see here's my red snapper right here. I'm just gonna undo it. Just like that. I'm gonna undo both quilts. And I'm gonna pop the top one off. I have that part. So now I'm just going to lay this on the floor, and I'll face you guys to the floor in a second. I'll lay that on the floor, and I'm going to separate the two. Sorry. There we go. I'm going to separate the two. I'm just going to use scissors, no rotary cutting or anything for now. Okay. All right. I'm going to put these in the lighting so that you can see them. Quilt number 1. Focus. Here, we're going to zoom it back up. I'm just going to hold them in front of you right here. I'm not sure how straight I will be because I'm not very good at assuming where the camera is sitting. So can you see the quilting? I'm hoping so. I'm trying to hold it to the screen. I'm very lousy at that. So you can see the quilting. There we go. If I adjust it like that on my arm, you can see how wonderful and fluffy it looks. I love a fluffy quilt. So that's the texture. And on the back, because I used pink thread, you can't even see the quilt. Well, you can see the quilting because of the puff, but you can't see the thread because it's pink. All right, so there's number 1. Put that right there. Here's number 2. So there that is. So you can see, again, super fluff. Look at that fluff. I love super fluff. Just looks amazing. Hang it like that. It'll stay. Oh. There we go. That'll stay. There we go. That's better. I try to do something so that you all can see. Maybe if I would put the long end up here. There we go. Much better. Now you can see both of them. They look super awesome. I like it. And again, on the other one, it's the same backing, obviously. And sorry about the wiggling. You really can't see the stitching. I mean, oh, this one you kind of can see the stitching. Maybe it's because it's not as tight as the other one. Because it's not as tight as the other one. It's a lot looser. So you can see it. All right, let me look at the comments. Okay. Wow, you guys wrote a lot since I last looked. Okay, wow, that was fast. Yes, it was fast, but they're small. They're small little quilts. Pull that out that way so you can see it while it's sitting on my stool. How did you get? Okay, that was for someone else. Two great tutorials on quilting designs. Practice muscle memory and last you for a few minutes here. Those look great. So sweet and cheerful. Look great. Thank you. Look awesome. I like tap to me with all those. Oh, my skull shirt. Yes, I love this shirt. I like am wearing it out. Let me tell you. These are cute. Look awesome. Very nice. Both look awesome. You quilt as fast as you sew. Angela, actually, I probably sew faster because it's continuous. On this, I have to like stop, take a rest, adjust my body, you know, that kind of stuff. Beautiful, love that, beautiful, love the rose design. And it's very simple stuff for you guys to do. Like that was, look at how fast and easy that is. So, and they can be done on, this can also be done on a, this one's spinning. Oh well, are you putting borders on them? No, they're just this size. Again, they're really small. I'll tell you how big they are before I get out of here. Curious what the size of the rectangles. Like I said, Becca from Sew Becca pieced these. She sent me these in her scrap bin that she sent to me. So it looks like they were probably 8 by if I add a 1/4 inch, they were probably like 5 by 8. They weren't 5 by 10 though. They could have been like 4 1/4, 4. They were a weird size, like 4 3/4 by 7 3/4. Yeah. And then the quilt itself is 30. And I did lose some size with the quilting, so it was probably 31. Like I said in the beginning, it could have been 32 by whatever. It wasn't very big. So it's 30 by 35.5. So it was probably like 31 by 36 something. Sorry, I had to start dinner, but I'll back with you. I will be Using flame retardant batting. Has anyone ever used it before? Flame retardant batting in what? This is amazing. Looks different when you get with the quilting. Marla says, where's Scott? I missed that. He was reading a book. I don't know where he is now. He might have left on a job because I think he passed by me. And his wallet and car keys are gone. So he probably went on a job. Look like 5 by 10. Maybe this could be made with a layer cake cut in half, yes. But I'm thinking that this was from something else because, like I said, there was some stitching at the end, so I think she might have tried to hook them together. Maybe I'm not sure what she was trying to do. She just sends me her scraps, and I have fun with them. It's amazing. I see like this. We can see how quilting makes a difference. Yes. All right, guys. So, anybody have any questions? Because I am going to get off of here. I am very tired today. Yeah, I'm so tired. I'm exhausted, and I've been trying to do things every day, but like for some reason I sew for about 2 hours and do whatever, and then I'm done. I'm exhausted. I'm pooped, and I'm like, I don't want to get up and do anything. So I've been like binge watching Grey's Anatomy, and I'm already like on season 8 or 9 now. Like in a not even 3-week period of time. I've seen the show already before, so it does go quick, but for me at least. But if you guys don't have anything, I am gonna get off of here and go watch Grey's Anatomy. I do have a mess in my quilting room. I am not showing you guys in there. That is why I have not been live this week. I have a secondary project going on that's being recorded, so it's a little side thing that I'm doing now that I have a new phone. I have new things that I can play with. So I'm playing with my new phone, making a video. And it takes a long time to make said video. So it'll probably be another week before it's released. But, you know, until then, I'm going to go and I will see you guys next Sunday and or whatever in between. Because now I have a new device that can go live anywhere. And it probably sounds and looks a lot better, right? Which is good. All right, thank you. Enjoy. Take care. Oh, I got a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G. It's a whole lot to say, right? But you have to add the 5G part. It's the newest. It was just released 2.5 months ago. So it's brand spanking new. Very brand spanking new. And I waited a whole week to do anything with it because I was waiting on a case to come in the mail that I ordered. So now it's in a case, and if I drop it like I do all the time, at least it won't break because the whole phone is glass. All right. All right, guys. Well, if you're new to my channel, subscribe, like my videos, share them with your quilty friends, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Bye, bye. Bye, bye.